Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Laravel tutorial from Code Professional. In this today lesson, I'm going to explain you about the blade. In my previous video, I have already mentioned about the blade. So the blade is the PHP template engine which enables you to write the front-end code easily. Blade has come with many built-in functions such as loop, condition statement, so on and so forth. Moreover, Blade supports writing raw PHP code, which is really amazing. So without further ado, let's go ahead and practice it together. As you can see here, I have already initialized the Laravel project. So out of the box, when you first initialize Laravel project, it's always come with the Blade template, which is located in Resources and the View folder. As you can see here, the blade file has the file extension .blade.php. So right here, the Laravel project, when you initialize, it comes with the welcome blade.php. So to see more what this file is doing, you can run our project by open up the terminal and run the command php artisan serve. If you don't know how to open the terminal, you can just go to the view and click on the terminal right here. But now I have already opened mine by using Command J, or you can use Control J if you are on Windows. So run it. By default, our project will be running at localhost port 8000. So I'm going to open my browser. In this example, I'm going to use Safari. Let's go to localhost port 8000. So here is the layout of the welcome.blade.php. Now I'm going to delete everything in the welcome blade, and then I'm going to add one tag. Okay. I'm going to give it an example app. Save it and then go back to the browser and refresh the browser. So you will see example app. In this example, I'm going to create a real web application. So I'm going to add new blade file by calling it home.blade.php. However, before we start writing a blade template, I would recommend you to install one extension. It is Laravel Blade Snippet. So it will save you a lot of time from writing the full directive of the blade template. In here, if I want to write some blade directive such as extend, I can only use v:extend. So it will show like this. Okay, I'm going to call this home. I'm going to write 81 and welcome home. Okay, so in order to register the home to our web application, I'm going to open the route web.php, and then you can see that at the index file it's referred to welcome.blade.php, but I'm not going to use it anymore. I can delete it and refer it to the home file that we just created. So let's save it and refresh the page. Now you can see welcome home. So let's go back to our home template. So in here I want to create the full HTML document. Now I'm going to create it and pass back our message welcome home. And then I'm going to add more style to it and create the navbar. So I'm going to place my CS file in the public folder and I call it style.css. And to link our style to our home view, I'm going to call the link. And to link our style, we can use like this: asset and style.css. So let's test it out a little bit. I'm going to give a style to h1. Now h1, I'm going to give it a color red. Okay, refresh the page. Now we can see our welcome home change the color. Next, after our style is working, I'm going to create the navbar, which is on top of the h1. Let's call it the, okay, let's put it the div and create an unorderly li, and then let's go to take a slash index and give it home and copy. I'm going to give it a block. So, and then one more thing about us. Okay, let's refresh the page. Now we can see our navbar that we have just created, but I'm going to give it some style. Then I'm going to create a class called now, which is a CSS class. Then go back to our style.css and use the now class. I will use the flag layout here. So let's go ahead and add the display flag. And then I'm going to give the width 100%. Let's see. So by default, when we add display flag, it will be using flag direction row. But now it doesn't affect, which means that, oh, I see. So I'm going to put the display flag to the UL, the UL tag. Okay, display flag. Let's refresh the page. Okay, now we can see that our flag is effective. And next, I'm going to remove the list style to none. Okay, now the bullet already removed. Then give the background to our navbar. I'm going to give it black color. For the page, we can see it's black. And then going to give it some height, like 50 pixels. For the page. Then add our content to center. Okay. So now you can see our element has not at the center yet because the UL doesn't have height. So I'm going to give it a height 100% too, since it will take the height from the now. Okay. So now I'm going to give a color white to our text by using CSS selector, UI, and A. Okay, give it a color white, refresh the page. Okay, you can see the color of the text has changed. After that, let's give some padding to our A text, 10 pixel. Refresh it. Okay, so now we can see that it looks nicer. Now I'm going to try clicking the block. So what will happen? Okay, it said not found. So what the problem is? Problem is that we have not yet registered the route for the block. Now what I'm going to do is going back to our view, since we need the view for our block page. Now I'm going to call it blog.blade.php, and then I'm going to give it another 81, and say welcome to my blog. Now we have already created the blog template for our blog page. Let's go ahead and open our web.php, which is inside route folder, and register a new route called blog. Then refer it to our blog's template. Let's go ahead and refresh the page. Now you can see our blog page exists. So now let's do the same thing to our About Us page. I'm going to create a new Blade template tool called About Us.blade.php. Okay, I'm going to copy and paste this from our blog. I'm going to call it Welcome to About Us. And do the same thing with the web.php. Copy it and register About Us page. Then refer it to our About Us file. Let's go back to our home page, which is at the index page, and click on About Us. Now you can see the content of the About Us page is already existing. However, in some time you might want to share the layout of the home page with the blog page as well as the About Us page. So in the Blade, it supports the concept of the inheritance, which is you can create the base template or the master template that every page can share from it. So now I'm going to create one base template for our project. I'm going to create one folder inside the view called layout. Okay, and create one blade template called base.blade.php. And let's copy everything from our home page that we have just designed and pass it to our base template. Then let's go back to our home page and delete everything from here. And I'm going to call our base layout by using extend directive. Then I'm going to access our base layout by calling layout.base. Okay, let's save it and open our browser back. Go to our home page. Okay, so here you can see that we have already deleted everything from our home page, but it remains the same because we have extended the base layout from our layout folder. So let's do this to every page that we have just created. Now I'm going to do the same thing by calling extend directive layout dot base. Okay, and then the same thing to about us. Okay, so let's go back and refresh the page, and then go to our blog page. Now you can see our blog page also share the same layout from our base layout. However, the welcome home message shouldn't be exist in the blog page. So what should we do to improve this? Now let's go ahead and customize our base template. So as you can see, every page that has inherited from the base layout always has the welcome home message. And if we want to get rid of that, we can just delete it and using yield, which is going to accept the content from the outside. I'm going to give it a name content and go back to our home. Then let's use the section directive. Okay, there is two add sign here. I'm going to delete one, then passing our name content and write back our h1 welcome home message. Now let's refresh the page. You can see that the welcome home message is gone because that we are not on the index page. Let's go back to our index page. Okay, you can see the welcome home message right here. And for the blog page, because we didn't add a welcome home message in the blog page anymore. In our base layout, we have removed it and accept the dynamic content. So if you want to add the content to the blog page, you can just go back to the blog template and then use the section directive and pass the content, and then you can add h1 base. Okay, h1 for syntax. Okay, welcome to blog. Okay, let's go ahead and refresh it. Now you see the message is already passed to the blog page. And about us, the same thing happened as the blog page too. Let's go back and copy it and pass to our about us. Then change the message welcome to about us. Now you can see the message is added to about us page. Then I'm going to show you how to pass data from the Laravel to the blade template. Now let's go back to our web.php. You can see here for the index page it returns the home. So I'm going to add the variable from the index page. Now I can pass the variable like this. I'm going to call a variable name and give it a value home. Okay, so we can do the same thing to our blog page by passing the variable like this, but change the name to blocks, and do this to our about us tool and calling about us, or like this. Okay, to access the variable from the Laravel, we can do like this. Go to our home page, and then you use the double bracket. Okay, and write the name. So let's go to our home page and see we have changed the message welcome home. And if we delete this and save it, we don't see home anymore. So we can pass it back. Okay. Here it is. And the same thing happened to here. We can just change it like our previous example. Session name and about us too. And so if you want to change the message from your Laravel, you can just go ahead and change it in uh, the route the web dot. You can just go ahead and change it in the web.php. Okay, let's go to about us. Now you can see it changed. And if you have the array of the string and you want to pass it to view, you can also do that by creating variable something like services and assign it the string. I'm going to call it service1 or service2 and service3, and pass it to our home page by giving it a variable name is services and the value is services. Okay, and I'm going to render it in our home page. So I'm going to render our service using an unorderly. I'm going to create an orderly, and I can use another directive called for each. Then this is the collection, which means services, and we can write it with our I list and use the variable item. Save it and go back to our home page. Now you can see the services is render, but why it's render on top of it? Because we didn't pass it inside the content, which means it should render before the section is render. Now I'm going to move it back to our content and add it there. So here we go. So that's it for the today lesson. If you like the video, please smash the like button. And if you have any question, please comment down below. If you want to watch more video in the future, please subscribe my channel. in order to receive a new video from my channel. Thank you for watching.